Well, good morning, and I'm very grateful to Penny for her comment on my last post in Thought for the Week. She raised the subject of all-age services and expressed something of what she's trying to do in the context of her church in drawing people together and getting them to actually explore worship in a new way. She's called it the feast, and you may like to look on that post, Do One Thing Well, to have a look and see what she has to say. Do you know, over the years we've explored and experimented with the whole subject of all-age services, and you know, they are really difficult. They're difficult to actually pull off well. They have a tendency to please nobody, and if you call them family services, you tend to exclude those who are not in a family or feel that that's the case. And if you call them all-age services, what tends to happen is that they become just for the children. So everything is targeted at the children. They become about lowest common denominator. Over the last couple of years, we've been exploring something called all join-in services, where we not only perform from the front and communicate in a way that hopefully is embracing of all, but we try to actually get everybody involved. We try to get them to grapple with whatever the subject is that we're looking to consider that day. We tend to try and pick subjects that are of universal importance. So, for example, worry and how you handle it, because the truth is that no matter how old you are, you can worry, and worry can be a real problem. So we try to bring to bear what Scripture has to say on that particular subject, but also to help people to think it through for themselves and learn from one another. So we'll use group work, we'll use activities, we'll use things that will help people to really get to grips with whatever the subject might be. And we found that to be hard work. It's difficult to plan, but we've also found it to be of incredible benefit, not only to adults but also to children, and it really draws the family of the church together. A couple of years ago, I was asked to do a workshop on this particular subject, and I came up with a top tip sheet of the things that we'd learnt, both good and bad, about the whole concept of all-age services, but also the things that we were learning and the things that we were seeking to put into practice. If you'd like a copy of that, then message me, and I'd be really happy to send you a copy free so that you can have a look for yourself. A friend of mine, Steve Locke, does all-age services in a very different way through something called Kids Stuff, and I'd really encourage you to have a look at what he's doing. It's a very different way to do it. It's very challenging, incredibly hard work, and I have to say he's really gifted when it comes to this particular area and subject. So if you look on the web, Kids Stuff is what it's called, and I'm sure you'll find that an incredibly interesting thing to do. So a big thank you to Penny. If you like this video, then give us a thumbs up. Comments would be appreciated. What are the things that you're learning where this whole subject is concerned? Because actually we need to learn from one another, don't we? It's no good keeping our ideas and our thoughts to ourselves, because actually we all need the help. We all need the direction. So please join us on the journey.